Bro,
Hey,
thank you so much, man. Thank you for joining in.
yeah,
Thank you.
happy Good Friday and Easter in
Good
advance.
Friday. Happy
Yeah,
Good Friday to you too. How you
yeah.
doing?
I'm all right, thank you. And you?
Yeah, yeah, great
Yeah.
stuff. Before you joined, I was just sharing a couple of stories with the guys. Now the funniest way to start this interview, by the way, it's a story on complete sports. Eh?
Yeah.
It's about a legend, someone I respect a lot, and I'm sure maybe you also respect him, Taribo West, Pastor Taribo West.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
good. He's our
great,
legend.
great, yeah, great defender. This is not how I plan to start this interview, by the way, but it's too big a story for me to ignore. Uh,
Okay.
According to Complete Sports, and I'm going to quote him, they were interviewing him about France '98. You know
Okay.
all that happened for that game against Denmark, and this expose, according to Taribo, he said the reason why we lost to Denmark was simply because Super Eagles players slept with women before the game. They did all this because they thought we were going to beat Denmark. I'm not a doctor, okay? I'm not a medical doctor. I'm just a journalist. And I,
Yeah.
I would like to ask you, I don't think you've done this before, I don't know, but is there any correlation you're with a woman and you know go feel playable 24 hours, 48 hours? Is it possible?
It depends on who. If he's saying it, it's because he probably lived it. So, you can't say something you haven't experienced. So, I guess it's because he experienced it. That's why he's saying it. It's not probably not for everybody. It's just, he since he's saying it because he lived it and he's the legend. So, we have to believe him. So,
So you haven't done it.
no, 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 no.
I
I've
believe
never
you.
done it. Yeah, I've never done it.
By the way, thank you for joining in.
You're welcome.
Legendary player you are, and amazing stuff. I was thinking about how to start up first, but let me ask, how are you doing? It's coronavirus season. How are you? How are you faring?
Same way you're doing it. At least you can work. So same way
Yeah,
you're doing it. So we just have to be patient. This is not a it's a difficult time for everybody.
yeah.
For those of them that works and for those of them the hospital, the frontliners trying to make everything to put everything in place. It's not easy. So
Mm.
we just have to stay at home for them so that they will be able to do their work and then try and do whatever they can. Trust them so that we'll be able to go back to, I mean, do our normal activities.
I feel you. And just for the record, are you still active?
Well, presently I'm unattached, but I'm still active. Yeah.
That's a nice way to put it. Okay, let's. How do you exercise? How do you keep fit this period?
Well, we're trying what we can do. The little space you have at home, you can just use it, use it. Just make the most out of it. It's not easy because you're always indoors. There are a lot of things you want to do, but we just try to make the most out of it. And then, we just have to be patient because health first before anything. It's
I
not
feel you.
easy. Yeah,
It's not. It can't be easy. You're talking
yeah.
about where you are. Just remind those who are watching where you. Me, I did
I'm,
Lagos.
no, I'm in Spain. I'm in Spain.
It
I'm
takes
not in
us to.
Lagos.
Yeah, it's incredible. I think you were born in Aba, just to be sure.
Yes, yes.
Oh, Aba cable.
Born and bred.
Do you still speak the language? Can you still speak
Ah,
it?
why not now? What is wrong with you?
You know
Why
why I
would
asked
you?
that question?
You can't
Is
ask
is
me
because
that thing. Ah,
why I asked.
don't insult me. Don't ask me if I still know how to speak it. It's not nice.
I'm asking because I've listened to you. We've interviewed you in the past. A colleague of mine did one of our best liners. I don't know if you remember. His name is Chuma, by the way. And you were with your brother, I think, and you just went gaga in Spanish. So you speak Spanish really good. It's there.
Well, yeah, it's something being here for a very long time, it's obvious. At least something you're gonna have to communicate in anyway, so you have to learn it. So, at least I can communicate in Spanish.
How long did it take you to
To
understand the language?
learn,
Yeah.
It's a process. It's not something you just start speaking in 1 year. I mean, it's a process. I mean, as day passes, you go learn new words and all the rest of them. It's just a process, not something you just learn in 1 day or in 1 year.
Yeah, someone just asked a question. By the way, you've answered it. Just Miles says, "Where is Ike from?" He's Abia State, no?
Eh,
Yeah,
Well,
that's
there
right.
you
But
go. Yeah, there you go. I mean, now you're talking.
well, my mom is actually Abia. You know, they always ask me this question, Emmanuel, your surname is Etim. How come you speak Igbo? And I'll tell them, well, mom she's from Ibe Mohafia. She's an Mohafia woman.
Oh, wow, that's after
It,
my village.
it,
So your mom is my sister.
it
After
is
my
actually.
village, huh?
She is. She's from
My
Ibe.
village is Iberi. I'm from
Oh,
Iberi, so
ah,
yeah.
great,
So
great stuff. Let's talk about Spain a bit. Like you said, I mean, before we talk about Spain, you played for Nwayam. Correct me if I'm wrong.
yeah,
If
national,
you
yes.
Now they are called Heartland. If you had an opportunity to play for another Oriental team before you left for Spain, what team would it be?
Well, it's a difficult question. I mean, I'm from Aba. I've always liked to play for my city team, which is Enyimba, but I mean that opportunity never came. So I mean, yeah, I would have loved to. It's always good. When you're starting. Sorry, when you're
Yeah,
starting, it's always good to start from where. I mean, if there is any team where you're from, it's always good. It would have been. I mean, it's still good. You never know,
yeah.
but I would have loved to play for Enyimba.
Uh, last when we started, you said you were unattached. How about Felix Asiago, chairman? If he puts a call through to you and say, "Come play for him," would you do it?
Onye, Onye.
Asiago, no. Okpoge, Igaza.
Mbokbon now.
I mean, I think that's something we've clamored for some of our players who are outside of our shores, to come back home and help the league grow. It's where you started from. So, but again, it's another thing. I don't think we can pay you. How much are you worth per week in
No, it's
2020?
not. It's not really about the economical side of it. I mean,
Okay.
the whole thing. I mean, I would say we need to be organized, to start. I mean, at least we should have like the way the day our league starts and the day our leagues end. It's not maybe this year it starts today and next year next season starts differently. So I mean, we just have to be organized first. I mean, at the end of the day, organization is what makes the other one comes. If you're not organized, I mean, the the people wouldn't invest much in that. I mean, first we have to establish the dates. Okay, this is how it will go. No matter what, we have to start to this moment and end this moment. That's the best way to start, and every other thing follows. So I think we should focus on that first.
I feel you. Get
Mm.
the organization right before you talk about
Exactly.
bringing players back.
Exactly.
I mean,
Exactly.
you would know that because since 2002, you've been in Spain, even if you started from the Segunda division. But I mean, you could say the second division in Spain, some would say it's better than the first division in Nigeria. I don't know, but you've been there since and you understand how professionally football is run. Let me ask you a question. A couple of clubs you played for, from Racing to Recreativo.
Yeah.
You scored about
Racing.
50. Yes, man. I just checked your record. You won the Pichichi for a season there, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was in 2004. No, 2005. 2004,
2000.
2005 season. Yeah.
Okay,
No,
now. Yeah,
2005 or 2006 season. I think so. Yeah.
yeah. That's quite a number of goals to score. Not many African players do that, and also went on to play for Zaragoza, Villarreal. I think that's where Nigerians fell in love with you the most. Villarreal also. I think you had an exciting time there. Why I'm mentioning these teams, I'll like you as honest as you can. Okay. Where did you enjoy playing football the most of all these teams you played for?
I mean, each team has its experiences,
Mm,
like me, I will always say my first team here is always very important to me. The very first time I realized I'm staying. You know, that it was a very special moment for me. And it's obvious when you debut is another special moment, and then when you maybe your first goal is another special moment. You know, it's like every step has its experiences, right? Maybe I would say Recreativo, because I suppose that's the only club I've spent most of my time. I was there for 4 years. So I mean, couple of clubs I was special. It was special for me because it was. I mean, I kept on,
Experience it.
yeah,
Yeah.
experiencing and growing. Maybe I had a bad experience when I went. Well, it wasn't really a bad experience. It was just what comes with the profession. Like when I went to Saragossa, I had those injuries that took me off from the game for a very long time. It's still a good experience, but maybe because of the injuries, and all of that. But I mean, it came with his experience as well. Because I mean, after that, I came back, and then gradually, I was moving to the top again. But I mean, every step that I took in my career, I mean, it came with different experiences. So it's really difficult to say, okay, this was the best moment. Like in Villarreal, I had my best time. My 3 years was awesome. Recreativo, because it was two stages in Recreativo: segunda division and then first division. So it's two chapters there. So I mean, all the way I was going, I mean, it came with different experiences. So I mean, I can't really
Well,
tell you it was here, it was there. It was just
yeah.
all came with this package. So
All right. Someone just sent a message. Olubuchi says, "Who is the toughest defender you've played against?"
well, I've really played against very good defenders. I mean, I can mention one or two. I mean, I would tell you Puyol. Puyol wasn't is not very easy to it's not very easy to go past
You
him.
go
But I
past.
mean,
Yes.
I can say few other defenders. Like I mean, I've really played against very very top class defenders. But
How come
Puyol is very very easy. It's very very difficult. Sorry, you said what?
Ramos? Ramos? How come you never mentioned Ramos?
No, Ramos is good. He's good. He's just different. But I'm saying, like, I mean, it's one that
Tough
never
one.
gives up. Yeah, the one that never gives up. Even if you dribble him, I mean, he still comes back. I mean, he's not like, I mean, he doesn't care if you dribble him, he still come back. That's the aspect I'm talking about. I mean, both of them have two different qualities. I mean, Ramos, of course, he's a very good defender. I mean, we watch him. You watch him, he's a very good defender. I mean, the ball on his legs, I mean, it's a different thing. And he never gave up as well. But he's different from Puyo.
To Pio.
Yeah,
All right. Lizzie, her name is Lizzie, by the way. She says, "This is a very good question. How did your football journey start?"
well, it's always difficult to narrate. I mean, it starts, from playing those days in Aba, playing all them local leagues, and then moving on to after playing years of state leagues, and then moving on to play for Iwanya, after with the trials and all the rest of them. I mean, I count myself as a lucky player, because I mean, sometimes you just see people that they can play, they're very good, and you still see that they didn't get anywhere with it. I mean, you cannot compare yourself to them. I mean, you realize how lucky you are, how privileged, because I mean, you cannot say, okay, I mean, it's my own making, or maybe it's my power. I mean, I've always been somebody who liked football, going by my elder brother played, I mean,
Yeah.
with his advices and with what he was doing, because I always watch him play. What he was doing encouraged me, to like keep pushing because I mean he tells me you have to do it like this. Most times he corrects me to do this and do that. So I think that's how basically how every footballer started.
All right. So someone is just remind him because I know the answer, but I want you to remind him. He just asked the question if you ever played in the same team with your brother.
Well, I never. I mean, it's one of my dreams. It's one of my dreams that it did that did not happen. But I would say I would still put it. I mean, at least we played the same time. At the same time, I mean, our time in the Super Eagles, we played the same time, the same games. But I mean, I would have loved if we were able to play in a team over here. But I mean, I will still count that one as playing in the same team. So I mean,
All right. This one, I'm sure, is one of your fans from Spain. Antonio_5. It's Spanish. I don't speak Spanish. He says, Vente al Reche. What does it mean?
What?
It's Spanish. He wrote it in Spanish. Vente
I
al...
wish I can see it.
Vente al Rechre.
Ah, Venta Recre. Ah, that's Recreativo. That's where I played before. He's telling me to come
Oh,
back. Yeah. That's Recreativo. Yeah.
yeah,
He's telling me to
yeah.
come back. Yeah.
Thank you so
Well,
much.
you see, you just spoke Spanish, huh? You're everywhere. You
I
speak
tried. I
Calabar.
mean,
You speak Igbo. You speak which other
I speak
language do you speak?
Yoruba. Yeah,
You speak Yoruba as well.
I do. I do.
Wow, you're United Nations, eh?
This job, you've got to do all you can to survive.
Yeah, that's good. That's very good.
Another question. This is not from me. It's from one of the guys watching, Mutu. He says, how do you feel? This is very sarcastic, though. He says, how do you feel after dribbling Cannavaro, knowing that he just won the FIFA Best Player? Do you even remember doing that?
Wow. I mean, how do I feel? I mean, he always want to play against the best defenders, best players in the world. I mean, at that moment, the only thing I wanted to do was to help my team to win. So, I mean, it was a great feeling because we won. I scored always, it's always a happy moment for every striker, for every player to play against the best in the world, and you're able to win and you're able to score. So I mean, that's the feeling, nothing else, nothing more, nothing added. So.
Yeah, since you've spoken about your brother, most of the comments now are about him. Daramola says, please ask Ike, where is your brother? Ask him about his brother's whereabouts. Where's Uche?
Well, I mean, he's good.
Okay.
He's good. He's good. He's in Spain as well.
All right, fair enough then. How would you let's just come back home now, and you've been with the national team. You played for the national team for about 7 years. Also a success story. You won the African Cup of Nations. But before we talk about that joy, let me ask you: when you got the first call up to play for the Super Eagles, how did you feel? It's the dream of any footballer I know to play for the national team.
Like I mentioned, I mean, your career is always, I mean, it's always like experiences. The very first day, I got my invitation. It was actually weird, but I'm gonna tell you because
Okay.
I mean, it's something is an experiences in the past. I
Okay.
mean, it was a great moment when I got it. At first, I got my invitation letter because I mean, I just had 2 days to travel when I got my invitation letter. Apparently, what happened was they sent the invitation to my former team.
Okay.
So I mean, they saw it, knowing that I'm not there. There's no way they could get to me. I mean, how they got it. They really thought it wasn't the right information. Like it's not that information is not supposed to come to them. They thought it wasn't real. Because at the time I wasn't there. So I moved to Getafe.
Yeah.
So after I think 2 days to the game or 3 days to the game, so they now have to call because the invitation came again a second time. So I mean the press guy called me from the back, like it wasn't from the office, called me up. He was like, why are they receiving invitation letter from Nigerian national team, that don't they, and aren't they supposed to know that I've moved or something like that, I was like, I don't know, send it to me. He did like a photo and he
Okay.
sent it to me. Then, it was in English. He doesn't really understand, he doesn't
Okay.
really understand what was going on. Only the head letter heading from, of course, they know it's
Yeah,
coming
that's
from
fine.
Nigeria. So
Yeah.
he now called me. I was like, I will send you this. So he sent it. I was like, oh, okay, send it to my current club, it was already late. So when the whole thing came, they saw it. They were like, okay, what's gonna happen? They know they are not going to stop me from going. So I was like, okay, let me see what I can do if I can get a ticket or whatever to join them.
Yeah.
That was in what was that? Skopje, Macedonia. That was my first game. So that was how everything started. I was so happy because that's the dream of every player.
2007 it was to 2014. Uh, According to my records, played about 46 games. You scored 19 goals. You didn't score too many goals in the competitions you played. You scored most of them during the qualifiers. So you were like
That
a qualifier king.
that was how it is. They can't do anything about that. That's how we came. So yeah, might as well embrace it.
Oh, but there were goals. They were very important. If those goals didn't come, I'm not sure, would be
No,
in those competitions. But of all the goals you scored as a Super Eagle player, which was your best?
I will always come back to my first goal. I like to talk about the
I know.
beginning.
I know.
My first goal was very, very important to me. That was in Warri at Warri Stadium. It
Hmm.
was it was very, very important. I can remember
Yeah.
that game was. I don't know. It was kind of strange, weird, I might say, because that very day, it was even, there was rain all over the place. Even the balls couldn't even move,
Yeah.
When I got introduced into the game, I was like, how is it possible to play? It was waterlogged everywhere. You can't even, the ball can't even move. It's really unbelievable. But, I'm happy that, the two chances I got, one got into the goal, so I was very happy. That's where the journey started.
And that journey was successful, culminated with
It
that
is.
triumph. Yeah, with that triumph in South Africa. By the way, before my question, Sammy K21 says, Ike, why, I'm going to rephrase, why did you not play too many games under Stephen Keshi?
I think that question is not. It shouldn't. It's not. It doesn't correspond. It's
It
not for
doesn't
me. It
correspond.
doesn't.
Yes.
For me. That's not for me. I tried everything possible. Even
But
when
let,
I
let, let me
play,
help, let me help you, Ike. Let me ask this question based on this. How did it feel like, God bless your soul, working with the big boss?
he was great. He was a good coach, a great coach. I have nothing against him. May he still rest in peace.
Yeah.
Those moments were moments that, coaches, they prefer somebody, maybe they don't want this to happen. They prefer other players. In that, I would never go into that. It just
Yeah.
is about preference. Maybe he decided not to stop using me. I understand. What I have to do is just keep doing what I have to do because, all my career, I don't always play. Sometimes there is a coach who doesn't really like how you play. Some start playing you, some start using you. Along the line, maybe for one reason or the other, they prefer somebody else. You're gonna have to accept it. That's really what happened. And I hold nothing against anybody. I appreciate all my coaches, the one that used me and the one that did not use me. They helped me to grow into what I am now.
Yeah, Wale says, why did Uche not play in the 2010 World Cup, or were you injured? Remind us what happened before South Africa 2010. Your brother was at the World Cup, by the way. Yes.
Yeah, remember I told you I had injuries. So,
Yeah.
those were the moments. It happened during that World Cup period. Even though, the first year I recovered, but I wasn't 100%. Even I was in the camp. before the World Cup, but I mean, it's only normal. I mean, like I wasn't 100%, you know. So I mean, those moments where I mean, my injury started in 2009 towards the end, all through 2011. So you can see, I mean, I think during those periods I was able to play like I would say like two games.
Mm.
You know, one for my club back then, and then one of the games, the preparation game. So, I mean, it's only normal. It's only normal because I mean, it's only normal.
Okay, I'm not sure. There's a man, they asked this question, by the way. He says, Olushola Ola Onipekun says, Ike, are you married? I don't know. You want to
No,
answer that question?
no,
Okay.
no, no.
Okay. AG Eneke says, nice to finally see you, Emmanuel. Hi, I've been self-isolating for over a month. Shout out to Uche. Tell us about that friendly match against France in Paris. How did you guys pull it off?
Well, I mean, actually, remembering that game, the game it was a very good game from all of us that played the game against
Yeah.
a World Cup, a world champion, world champion, and you know, I mean, thinking about those games, you remember, you see Ribery, you see Vieira, you see Patrice Evra, you know, and uh,
Yeah.
all their players, you know. I mean, it was a good game. We went all out because I mean we knew how important it was, even though the so-called friendly game they put in, and you know everybody expected them to like, I mean, win us with a wide margin, you know. But
Yeah.
it was a great game for all of us, you know, for all of us that played. I can remember Saze was he played one of his best games that I've seen, and I mean from all of us, you know, from all of us. But it was really a great game for us.
Okay. My colleague Sarafina, by the way, she's the only woman in my team in Lagos, says, how would you rate your time with the Super Eagles?
Great. There is nothing, I cannot complain about anything.
No
I cannot
regrets.
complain. No, no regret. It
All
was, I
right.
mean, all my time was great.
Grande Uche vuelve al recre. This one is from Recreativo too.
It's
Happy
the
birthday.
same thing. It's the same thing as well. You mentioned.
More. It's incredible actually. Well, I was good. Thank God I remember this question. Was that the okay? I think was that the first time when you joined the Recre? Was it the first time you Ifurego? Was it the first because I checked my records, $300,000.
Why are you scared? Why is that told you put the thing? What the thing alpha now? Why alpha?
Boy Alpha. Was it the first
Why
time you
alpha?
made money? Was it the first time you made money at Recreativo?
Well, I mean, it's been always be like this going up, you know. It's always been like that, you know. So I mean, I would say, I mean, it was part of it. I mean, you play at the end of the day, we all play to even though okay, it's our job, we have to do it, but we still play to be able to
Yeah.
make the money. I mean, that's what I mean. Anybody that's telling you the other way, I mean, the person is probably lying. So
Yeah. Finally, I have a fan from Racing Ferrol. This is Spanish. Forgive my Spanish. Saying,
no
me
problem.
acuerdo de tu época en Racing Ferrol.
He still remember my time in Racing de Ferro.
That's good. Quite a number of questions, but let me just ask you. Lots of them coming in Spanish. Swore, how far now? By the way, Swore works with Inspiration FM. She's very great with Pigeon. Her Pigeon, my own, the land work. This one is you scored the winning goal against Real Madrid at Getafe. How was it for you?
Oh, that's another very good game from it was a very great game. We were all happy how the game ended because I mean I still cannot forget how the goal came, you
Okay.
know, because they were all celebrating a goal that was scored. It was an offside goal, you know. So they were all celebrating. I could remember Sergio Ramos, Robin. Who else? Who else? Schneider or something like that, or somebody like that. I don't know. I can't remember everyone. So they were only left with two players, which is Guti and Gabriel Heinz. So I have to give credit to our defender, our goalkeeper, and our defender. So while they were still celebrating, then it was an outside. Clearly an outside goal. So, while they were celebrating, then we started the game. So we all of the team against two players. So it was very funny. But it's always a happy moment for a striker to score a goal, to play, and then if I can score for my team to win, that's what every player wants. And I'm happy. I'm glad that we were able to win that game. And at the end of the day, that's what it is. Football is like that. You play to win. Sometimes,
I can imagine.
You lose.
Did you ever score against this team? Against this team?
I can't remember. I don't think so. I don't think so. Is that your team?
I support Manchester United. Yeah. After Ayimba, but
when did you start supporting Manchester United?
Oh, okay, good. No, it's been a while.
Game ball. After Palacio.
By the way, just says you have to promise me that you'd speak Spanish when we're wrapping up. I promised you 1 hour, so we have about 15 minutes. Yes, just now he's going to speak Spanish. I'm not going to let him go without not speaking Spanish.
How would you understand if you don't understand Spanish?
No, okay, can we have like 30 seconds Spanish conversation?
If you ask me, I reply. That's the way
good.
To do it.
Question: what's your favorite food?
Where? Nigeria or here? I don't know.
No, respond in Spanish, actually. Don't speak English to me for now. Okay, so if I ask you in English, food here in Nigeria. Yeah, what's your favorite food in Nigeria?
My favorite food in Nigeria, I don't know. I will tell you is egusi soup. That's my favorite soup.
It's actually one of the soup I don't like. Yeah.
You have to start liking it. It's good.
I don't. If not, you stop talking to me, Amam.
It's good. It gives you strength. Huh?
I know it does, but I prefer afang. That's the part why I take the Cross River side.
Okay. Now I understand. This one I like. That's not from your side. I like fisherman soup. Huh?
No, fisherman soup is from Warri. I think those
No, is it Warri?
The other side. Where fisherman soup come from?
I was thinking it's from your side. Huh?
I think it's from my side. The funny thing.
I like that soup, huh?
The funny thing about me is, of course, if your papa is Cross River, you're supposed to speak Efik well. But I don't understand Efik. But I speak my mom's side.
Where were you born?
I was born in Jos.
Okay.
And I came to Lagos very early. Yeah.
Sanu?
That's where it ends.
You see? I'm even better than you. Lafia and Kalo. Don't mind me. I don't know anything. Don't mind me.
Ike, from Ovie. This is a tricky question. He said, Ike, if you were Ighalo, would you prefer 400,000 per week or remain at Manchester United?
Well, it's a very difficult situation. You cannot compare. Man U. Of course, it's in Man U first. It's not because of the money. So, if it's because of the money, he wouldn't go to Man U. So, it's really up to him. It's a difficult moment, but for him accepting to go to Man U for a short period of time, it means that he wants to be in Man U. So, it's really not. You can say, okay, the money is this, the money is that. We play for the money. Yes, I agree. But, he should understand we should understand that. Man U is one of the best teams in the world. Nobody will say no to. Nobody will say no. Nobody will say no to a club like that. Just like when Real Madrid is coming for you or Barcelona is coming for you. No matter what it is, you can say, you can take your decision, but If they really want you, and then you know that they really want you, so I mean, staying there. I mean, China, he will always get that option to go back to China after Man U. So,
Now that you're mentioning clubs, by the way, if you had an opportunity to play for any of these teams you've mentioned, which team would it be? Man U, Barcelona,
well, I
Madrid?
didn't have the opportunity, so I don't know. I
I
didn't
think it
have
would
the
be Man U.
opportunity,
I
so
know.
I don't
You
know.
look
Are you
like a
trying to force me
player like
into
that.
your team or something? I mean, you're talking about Man U. You have Man U behind you, and you have Atletico Madrid wearing it. So
It's
I
you
don't
that,
understand you. Which team? I mean, I don't understand you. What
no,
exactly are you doing? What are you trying to
I'm not,
tell us?
no, I'm trying to tell
Eh?
you that you can support teams in different leagues. It's
Ah,
possible.
okay.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm just learning that one now. You just consider me who are.
Let me. Samangwa say, Who was your best friend when you were in the Super Eagles? Don't mention your brother, people. Uh,
No, don't mention. I mean, it's really a tricky question, huh?
I mean, people have friends. You don't have to shy away from it. People have good friends. You
No,
know
but
who
I mean, it's different moments. Like, I mean, when I came in,
yes.
of course, I mean, you always wanna be close to Canoe, because I mean,
Uh,
he's a legend. These are somebody you need to learn. I mean, it's obvious that I wasn't not I was in good terms with everybody,
yeah.
but it's really difficult because I had too many players that I was close to, like I mean, well, I mean
Yeah.
he's different because he's the king, he's the chief and he's the king. So I mean everybody will have to, like he's a good guy, great guy, by the way. I mean,
I'm
like
out.
it's very difficult to like start. I mean, if you ask me, I will have a whole lot of names to mention, but
Okay. I like
it's really difficult
it.
to point
Well,
out one person.
I think
So
when you finally retire from football, you become a diplomat. It's fine. But this is
diplomat, kwa diplomat. Inyola more already. Ha.
of course now.
Inyego more
Shike.
already.
This one is from my head of news, by the way. He's also watching. His name is Ufoma Egbamuno. And we call him for Skolo. He says, um, Gernot Rohr, he's talking about the current coach, is set to sign a new deal with Nigeria. What do you make of him as a Super Eagles manager? What do you think of the current coach?
Well, it's good. I mean, he's gradually bringing Nigeria back to what it
Mm,
used to. It's always difficult. I mean, we're in a country where everybody wants to give opinion,
mm,
Like we just have to, at the end of the day, we just have to check and then
mm,
analyze what he's done. And if they think what he's done is okay to extend his contract, why not? Because
mm,
sometimes, I mean, going into competition and winning it doesn't always give you you what you want in somebody, which is
mm,
what we in Nigeria, this is what we want. We always want to win. We don't care whether we play bad or we don't play good. It doesn't matter. We just want to win.
mm,
Sometimes you just analyze it and see, okay, I mean, even though we did not win, what is this person doing and
mm,
what is he doing well and what
mm,
is he not doing well? Then you analyze and then you decide what you want to do because I mean, it's obvious we don't have that um,
yeah.
we don't have that too many good coaches out there, so we just have to. I mean, if they think he is doing great, I mean, of course I mean, every coach makes mistakes. I mean, we can see it all around the world, even when bringing in players, when signing, and all of that. So everybody makes mistakes. So I mean, they just need to find out. Okay, he's done well in this area. He's done bad in this area.
Mm,
Can he do better in this area? So I mean, that's what they have to think, I mean, it's always, you cannot say, okay, he's good. I mean, give him contract. If he's not good, don't give him contract. I mean, it doesn't, it's really not nice. I mean, I mean, I think we have people who analyze things, and then see if they can extend him or no.
Any plans going into coaching when you're done?
Right now, no.
Where will be?
Right now, no.
I thought you were. Oh man,
it's still
but by the way,
it's still stressful now. See what you
you're a lion. Are you not a lion? Eh? But I don't know, man.
Lion,
this one, I ask you why you know the old, forever young. What's your secret? Why you never? Eh?
Drink too many water and a lot of water.
By the way, shout out to Chuma, another colleague of mine who's just joined in. We're talking about the Super Eagles, Ike, as we wrap up in a bit. One thing Gernot Rohr has done, I'm not holding brief for him, the opportunity to give young players moments to shine. And I'd like your opinion on some of our new stars. I'm sure you still follow the Super Eagles. When we play, do you watch our games?
I mean, the ones I can. I don't always watch it because, I mean, I don't have any I just read, I just read comments, after sometimes, if I'm in Lagos, Nigeria, yes, I watch, or maybe if it's like competitions, like Nations Cup, I was here when they were playing it, so I was able to watch some of them. So I watch the ones I can watch, but the rest I just hear. I just like news.
I asked that question because I was going to talk about some of the young players now. I'm sure Emma, Osimhen, Chukwueze plays in Spain, and Kelechi Iheanacho. What do you make of these young stars?
Well, I think going by what they are doing and where they are playing, it tells you the kind of players they are. They are doing well. They have quality to lead our national team again. But it was why I said it is left for the coach, to use them well, to manage them well, to be able to bring results. Right now we have so many good players coming up, young players. So I hope that shouldn't be a problem, because sometimes when you have all of them like all doing well at the same time, it creates so many opinions. We are human beings, so everybody wants his own person to play. You know how it is. So I hope that won't be a barrier for him. But I think it's a very good thing for him, because he has too many options where he can choose. But sometimes you give what is the word? If this is the players you want to play, you have to give them time to be able to blend, like they say. But sometimes it's really difficult. It's really difficult to get it right, even when you have a whole bunch of players or when you don't have. It's really difficult. But I mean, I'm sure he's capable of doing it. We just have to be patient with the boys. Because when somebody's coming up, it's really not. It's difficult, easy. But yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah, Amos, by the way, he also has his own life in about 5 minutes. He's a very good friend. He's asking a question. Shout out to you, Amos, saying, Ike, what's your biggest moment in football so far? It has to be the AFCON.
Yep.
Okay.
I actually have two moments.
Okay. Tell me.
Two moments was one AFCON, and the second was I was able to take two teams to first division, but my first one was special for me. And then imagine as the highest goal scorer. It's those were my two best moments.
Wow.
I hope I'm able to respond his question.
By the way, this is a very funny question. Sarafina is saying, how do you like your women?
Wow.
How do you like your women?
Why
Spanish?
do you ask me this? No, I mean, it doesn't.
This now, not be me the right now. People they send them.
It doesn't really matter for me.
You like them. as they come, basically, I think.
Well, I mean, first is, I mean, you're gonna have to talk to the person and then know if the person goes with what you think. I mean, if the minds are together, so yeah.
I feel you. Ike. I heard Fulham approached you, but you turned them down because their offer was not good enough. This is from Ibuto. Is it correct?
That's not true. I never got
Ibuto,
that.
that's not true. It says she just sent the message. A woman.
I don't know if it happened. It's probably maybe it happened, but it didn't get to me, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't stop for road.
Maybe they sent Ike, espero. I'm going to leave Spanish for you. But he's just saying, well, I think this is well done. People have a lot of recreational fans you have coming through. What's your retirement plan like, Ike? This is a question.
Like? Whoa, it's a very difficult question. That's something you never know.
About retirement, don't you think so?
Well, of course, that one day it will happen.
Would you become a pundit? You're going to start analyzing food?
I don't know. Right now, I don't. You see, with all this our conversation, you've given me 3 jobs already. I'm confused now. I don't even know which one to take again. You called me diplomat. You called me. You asked me about being a coach. You asked me about being a pundit. I mean, whichever comes. I mean,
what, diplomacy, coaching, or punditry? Choose one.
I don't mind. It depends. Right now, I mean, it's something that I have to think about. It's not something you just decide.
Just jump into it.
I mean, to be a pundit, I mean, you can always do it like I'm doing right now, right? Yeah. So.
And you're Ike. Somebody say you're a living legend. I agree.
Thank you to that person.
You've played in Spain and Mexico. These are hotbeds for telenovela. Which is your favorite? Because you just can't hide from those. I can't stand telenovelas, by the way. No, I think I love them when it's not too much. Do you watch telenovelas?
I really like watching them. I like actions, I mean, it comes with everything. Telenovelas comes with everything, with actions, No, I actually like. It was when I went to Mexico was when I started watching. I started watching because I mean, most. Like in a day when I come back from training, I mean, there's nothing much to do. I mean, I can just be watching because it's serious, so you can watch till the next day. So yeah, there's something to keep yourself busy.
This one is a controversial person because it's a controversial question. I'm not meow, but it's his question. Feel free not to answer. His name is Dubi Frankie. It says Daniel Omokachi is of it. Yeah, this statement was actually publicized. Dan Dipun Omokachi, a former Super Eagles player, is of the opinion that John Obi Mikel is the greatest Super Eagles player ever. This man is saying, do you agree?
You just said it. Is his opinion. We have to... The Bull. I mean, the Bull is one of the greatest players we've ever produced. I mean, if he's saying it, I mean, he has his... he knows why he's saying it. If you say it too, I mean, it's your opinion. I mean, Mikel did well. Mikel did well. So do other players. We've produced players that did well, But I don't know. It's up to everyone to choose. I mean, Mikel in Chelsea, he won everything, So do Papi. Papi don't want everything. So, and a whole lot of other players. So I don't know. I mean, it depends on what they are looking out to judge and to give their opinion. I mean, if it's Mikel, the greatest player, I mean, there's a reason why it's been said because he did well. I mean, he's a great player. I mean, we all saw how his career went. So he had a very good career. And then, well, I mean, if somebody who started the football before me is saying it, I mean, is
I think you do great as a diplomat more, by the way, because it's hard to actually get you off guard. It's hard to get you off.
This is the second time we'll start looking for that diplomat job.
No, yes, I got maybe you begin with a commissioner job or something. Would you ever go into politics? I mean, George Rohr, one of the greatest.
No, I beg. No go that side, though.
Why?
No go that side.
So how you gonna take help your people?
No good outside. Don't worry. How I will help my people, you will know when I start doing this.
Okay.
No
All
good
right.
outside.
My wife said, make I ask you this question. And by the way, she selects this one. Say, if you were to, this will not be sports related question. If you were to be an animal,
Hey.
what do you like be? Me, I go like be eagle. You know. Yeah. So it's the
You want
strongest.
to an animal? I mean, like
You know, they say people get animals. So if you had one, which would it be? And why? And why?
I don't know. This is a very difficult question for me, eh?
Well, you have to answer it now. How would I go back to her and say the question, the only question which she
Who
gave me to
asked
ask
it?
you?
Who asked it? Who asked this
Who am?
question?
Who am?
Who really asked you this question? Hey,
Now,
in the
so I
shop.
need to ask. I'm sure, no. You don't see where I write them. That the last thing I write for that will be that now.
Wow.
She just said it. Say, ask him why. Say, I should take talk up. If
How's
you were
that?
an animal, which would it be and why? Ask him. So I have to ask you.
Wow. Come
Me,
join
I will be
now.
an
Yes,
eagle.
ego, kwa.
You go no,
Because we
was not
fly
be-
high. We fly high. We don't fly where I want to be
Yeah.
like the same. We fly high.
Any ritual before a football game? Do you do any ritual?
Yeah, I pray as a
Is that
Christian. Yeah, it's a ritual.
you know, like when I say okay, Uche.
Praying is a ritual now.
When I say it's a ritual, it's a common ritual.
Exactly.
What I'm asking is, I mean, there are players.
It's a powerful ritual. It's not common. It's a powerful ritual. So don't say it's a common ritual. It's a powerful one.
Okay, I agree. What
Very
I'm saying,
powerful.
there are players, famous players like Didier Drogba, Cristiano Ronaldo. These people have football rituals. Ronaldo, for example, before he comes onto the pitch, is always the last man. Didier would hop on one leg before he goes into the pitch. Do you have any of those things? Some people wear their left boot first.
but I mean, Cristiano,
For
he
good
comes,
luck.
he's the last. So when he's the captain of a game, so what happens? He still comes out from behind.
Yeah, he still comes.
Exactly. So I don't understand. It's really not a ritual. So how is it a ritual? When he's the captain, so what happens?
This thing is counting down 10 seconds, 9 seconds.
No,
we have to reconnect.
Now.
Okay, no, don't be me. Instagram work also. No mind Instagram. They'll give you 1 hour and they will take you off. Welcome back. We get maybe like 15, 30 minutes. So that question.
Are you serious?
Yes.
15, 30 minutes again to continue.
Okay, no worry, 15 minutes before
no,
you go.
It's okay. I don't mind. I don't mind. It's
all right, but that question is important, Ighalo. You know, I think people believe in what they do. And it was very funny that you mentioned if he was the captain. You know, I didn't see that part coming, but I think for those rituals they do, for some of the players, they believe it works for them. And I think it does. So that's why I'm curious to find out, aside from praying. I know you're a spiritual man. You know?
No, I mean, it's not about that. I mean, it's not really about that. I mean, yeah,
so you don't,
I understand people.
Right, you don't wear
I don't really do anything. Any leg that goes in, that's
what
it is. I don't really have
Okay, this one is what I like to call sharp. You just tell me which you prefer. Before so many questions, don't be afraid. My questions are friendly. I told you.
See, my mind is already out. You know, when you say this one is quick,
it's like a yes or no question. Favorite car brand, Mercedes or Jaguar or Toyota or anyone? I like Mercedes. That's why I'm mentioning Mercedes first. What do you like?
Do you want me to go like you? I mean,
no, don't go like me. You can afford a Bentley. You can afford a Ferrari. So I'm saying, what do you like? I like Mercedes. I think, you know, no matter how ugly it looks, it's my favorite brand. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're right. But it's really something that I don't know. I mean,
are you a car ambassador? You are not a car ambassador yet.
I am not. I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not even a car freak. So.
Oh, really? What are you?
I like cars, but not. I mean, it's not. I'm not.
I have a colleague who is a freak, using your word, of wristwatches. You know, wristwatches. What do you like? I like cars, but you know, I like cars because they are amazing. What do you like? What is your
Tough question, huh?
what? Tell me.
I like staying at home, you know.
Okay, Chukumba, you can't escape this one. Yeah. You spend your
Okay.
money
No,
on
I
something.
mean, I can say it. It doesn't mean I don't have to own it, right?
Yeah. No, you don't have to
Yeah,
own it. No, no,
it's
no,
just a
no.
brand. I mean,
Yes, 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 yes.
well, I would say I mean, like you said, even though I never owned it, I never
Oh,
owned a Mercedes brand,
oh, okay.
you know, but I like Mercedes, and
Ah,
I when I see them, I like them, like all them fast cars. I like them. I mean, who doesn't like Ferrari? Who doesn't
oh,
like all them fast cars? It's really
okay.
a tough question for me, but
I
I mean,
know.
I
Yeah.
like beautiful things. I like good things, even though I don't maybe
Spend much
I
on them.
no, even though there are some I mean, maybe I don't have them, but it doesn't mean that I don't like them.
Like them. I
Yeah.
like that. That's like a
Yeah.
heading. I don't have this car doesn't mean I don't like it, but I can afford it. End of
Well,
sentence.
now you talk that one. Oh.
I know. Nike or Adidas?
Now you I've really worked with both. I've really
Okay.
worked with
Okay.
both. So both are
Which did you score the
very,
most goals?
huh?
Did you score the most goals with Nike or
Hmm.
Adidas boots?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll go. I'll go. I'll go.
I've actually used quite a few number of them. I've been on Puma. I've been on. I mean, my first ever aside Nike. You know, Nike is the dream of every player. But I really like when I started using them. When I was into Mizuno,
Mhm.
I actually used that for like I would say most part of my career. It was the boots that I used. I I used them for almost seven years. My
Hmm.
career, yeah.
Okay.
7 years
Nice.
of my career, yeah.
Uh, I'm sure you enjoy Nigerian music.
Um, yes, I play
I'm
Nigerian
going
music. I like them.
to ask that question first because they go somewhere. Um, I remember way back. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you appeared in one of a musical video. I think it was Jay Martins.
Yeah, it was Jay Martins. I
Jay
mean, a good friend.
Arafat. Yes, you appeared there. Um, are you guys friends? Are you and Jay
Yeah,
Martins?
we're good friends.
Yeah,
When he was doing it, he
yeah.
called. He told me, okay, he would like me to appear in
Mm-hmm.
the cameo or something like that. So I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I mean, we're good friends. If he needs me, if he wants me to be on his video, I don't mind. So I mean, it was just like today, tomorrow, or something like that. I mean, he just
Yeah.
told me. I can remember. He said, "Oh, okay, can he will want my brother also to appear?" I was like, "Ah,
Yeah.
sure, no problem. We're cool. I mean,
I know. A comment just that's why I'm laughing. This comment from Sarafina. It's saying, "Are you a Malian?"
which one is Malian? Which one
Don't
is
worry.
Malian? Which one?
Not gonna say you answer like that.
I don't know. Explain to me which one is Malian. Like, I don't know.
Like, have a discussion. Let's see. But
Go on. Go on.
uh,
Come we say next time. We will get your mama and how na educate me now.
yeah, but well, church Sarafina. I don't know why I took that message, but if I don't think I could realize that wicked. This is a very serious question. The Malians go. I'm sure you know Naira Marley. He's a Nigerian musician.
Yeah. The
And
musician, yeah.
or dance to his tunes are like Malians. They call them Malians.
Oh, okay.
So if you've ever danced to any of his songs, people
Me,
Malian.
I don't even know how to dance. I mean, I would maybe tell him to teach me, huh?
Yeah, I
You
know.
know?
But earlier, let's go back to. Okay, let me ask you this one. Earlier, you talked about telenovelas. Are you someone who enjoy movies or series?
I don't mind any good one.
Good one.
Yeah, any
Hmm.
good one. Like, I mean,
Hmm.
I'm just rounding up the money heist. The
Ah,
Casa de Papel. It's a very good one. It's
La
a
Casa de
Spanish
Papel.
movie, by the way.
Yes, I'm like a big fan. I'm a big
Yeah,
fan.
it's a Spanish movie. Yeah.
Sadly, they killed my favorite character. I don't know how far you are, so let me not spoil it for you.
No, it doesn't matter. Don't go ahead. No,
I won't.
I'm almost at the final. I mean, I did the three, you
Oh,
know,
okay.
but I started all over again so that I would join the fourth, you know.
Join.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm towards the end of the part
Who's
three.
your favorite character?
Huh?
Who do you like the most? Your favorite character?
That professor
Yeah, okay.
it's too much. No, but I like
Nairobi.
no, the Tokyo.
I heard she had
Yeah,
them.
it's good now. She spoils everything.
I know she does. She
Yeah,
does too much energy. Too much energy.
yeah, it's just normal.
It is. Let's talk. About charity, if you may. Someone just asked the question. Um, do you have an academy?
No, not yet. It's actually one of the things. I mean, I'm not thinking. I already had it in mind. It's just a matter of time. I mean,
Okay. So it's a plan. It's something you want to do.
it's a plan. I mean, it's still something that I still need to. I mean, I can't be here and then do it. I mean, it's something that I just have to think very well how to do because that is not something you just start and stop halfway. So.
This one, I think you would understand this question. I don't. Ameka Chrissy says, Ike, will you come to Igbere for Ezumezu?
Ah, that's for my place, huh? I'm always there.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
always there. So
Okay,
I will be there.
Yeah. Oga Ike, one of the best striker to ever grace the Eagles shirt. I agree. Please help me ask him which goal is the best play for the Super Eagles. I'm sure you're just joining in. He mentioned his first goal for Nigeria was his best. And you're not changing your mind, by the way.
Well, I mean, all my goals were special for me, but when you start up something, it stays at the back of your mind. So, I mean, all my goals were
Yeah,
special.
I mean, you never had the opportunity. Well, you said played for the national team, you had absolutely no regrets. But as a professional footballer, is there something you'd have loved to achieve that in 2020 you haven't achieved yet? Is there anything? Winning the Champions League?
I mean, those questions I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. Huh?
I mean, it's life, Ike. I mean,
no,
I'm
of
sure
course, I know. You think about what you would like to do, but I mean,
yeah.
it doesn't really me. I just take it one step at a time. Even though I have my mind. Okay, I want to get here. But I mean, at the same time, I take it one step at a time. That's me. I don't know. I mean, it works for some people. It works for them. Thinking, okay, this is, but I mean, I am, it's really not, it's something that, okay, yeah, even if you think about it, you want to get there, yeah, but I mean, it's different for me compared to the others, so.
You have a big fan. I think, most of the people who are dropping their comments, Ike, are women. It's understandable. Official_Vivi, that's her Instagram handle. I'm mentioning it so you
Why are you laughing? It must be, I mean, why are you laughing?
By the way, she said, Ike is such a fine man, just staring at his pink lips, and Lord have mercy. Oh, why you? And you're a single man.
Go to the man on why. I'm not going to picture why. Just know why.
Oh, well, picture why you whatever. This kind of thing for you. Dubi Frankie says, I met Ikechukwu at Le Meridien Hotel, Akwa Ibom, ahead of the Super Eagles game against Algeria. You were so humble. I will never forget that. Keep being you. God bless you.
Thank you very much. God bless you too.
And finally, someone says, really a diplomatic man. You say, I knew it.
Because
thank you for
he's
that.
hearing you say it. That's why the person is just automatically. He's hearing you say it. I appreciate. If he thinks I'm diplomatic, I appreciate. I mean, like,
yeah, some of the responses you've given me, you could have
so
given me
I
straight.
was never, I mean, I didn't give you a straight question.
Trendy Faith, she's a journalist. She's based in Port Harcourt. Hi, Faith. She says, Uche, how do you cope with female fans?
Good. I mean, I don't have that many.
Okay. I don't know, man.
Well, it's true now. Well, I mean, I don't
See why
know.
I say you're
Probably I might have. I
yeah.
mean, you don't control who is your fan. You don't control that. I mean, it's not something you can control. You cannot control
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Chuk Samo says, I'm super proud of you, Ike. I'm Chukudi from Lokbaku in Umucheze, Umunochi.
That's a Kigwe now. That's a Kigwe.
Yes.
A Kigwe,
Yeah.
yeah.
A Spanish message, Uche, recuerdos desde Huelva fenomeno, something of the sort, yes.
Yeah.
Can see humility in his face. I'm dumbfounded. Like, really, God bless you, bro. More wins.
Thank you very much. God bless you too.
Mickey is just joining in saying, Ike, are you still playing?
Well,
yeah, he's unattached.
Yeah.
Yes, he's unattached. I know this question will come. I was trying not to ask you this question, but if I don't, they'll kill me. Messi or Ronaldo?
Me is Messi.
Me is Messi too. So I think we have quite a lot in common. But why would you choose him? Why? Ronaldo does almost everything he does.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I played against both. I've watched both. So, I mean, my opinion. I mean, at the end of the day, I tell you, I don't have to say why. I mean, you ask me yes or no. I mean, Messi or Ronaldo. So I said Messi for me. I don't have to give reason why Messi. So.
Okay. Well, I think you have to give me a reason why. Davido or Wizkid?
Huh?
Do you know who Davido is?
Yeah, musician.
You know who Wizkid is?
Huh?
Wizkid. Do you know who Wizkid is?
Yeah.
Who do you prefer?
Well, know them, know that I haven't met them. We've never met, So they're doing well. They're musicians. I mean, they're doing very good. I mean, both they have in music, you don't really have preference. It just is about good music. That's the ones I like. I mean, both are young guys trying to put our flag on out there. So they're doing well. They're doing well. I mean, it's really difficult to see. I mean, young guys. I mean, at the same time doing the same thing and then making it, and then everybody likes them. I mean, it's not really easy. We just have to support both of them, no matter what. So I think in music, it's all about. I mean, I will tell you both of them if there is anything like that, because I mean they're working very hard. They're doing great. I mean, they are putting our names, our flag out there. So I mean, I will choose both of them. And among other ones, I mean, we really have good ones coming up as well. Maybe they haven't gotten to where these ones are, but I mean, we really have good ones. I listen to Nigerian music a lot, I listen.
All right, just 3 more questions, so I'll let you go. This one is asking, you're saying finally, Ike gave a straight answer. That Messi Ronaldo was the first time you answered me direct. Don't be me the talk up.
Are you serious? I mean, they are judging me. They are judging me, so they didn't appreciate this moment. All this while I was talking this, so I was blabbing. Now they're beginning to enjoy me because I answered. I solved their doubt, right?
Yeah, at least not a diplomatic answer this time. For the first time, I can give a straight answer. More comments like that. But I think it's amazing, by the way. Shout out to those who's joining in from the UAE, from the UK. I appreciate everyone. Speaking with Super Eagles player Uche. I don't need to remind you. I should be the one introducing myself, not him. If you see him, you know him. Do you like wine? Red wine or white wine?
Red wine.
Okay, that's good. Amazing. If a question came in earlier, thank God I remember now. Did you regret not playing in England?
You said what?
Have you ever regretted not playing in England?
No, even though I had one or two offers back then.
Mm.
I can't remember. I can't really go into details, but I can remember I had offers from there,
Yeah.
but it didn't it didn't work out. So, when you play football, you get offers from everywhere. So not
Yeah.
all are real. So
Mm.
it didn't work out. So when if it didn't work out, it means it wasn't real. So.
Mm. All right, two more questions. Uche, are you completely single or partially single?
Where is this question coming? Is it coming from you
Oh,
or?
it's not mine. It's not my question. It's
That's a
question
difficult
from
and it's difficult to
Sandy,
answer.
journalist from Port Harcourt, by the way. Her exact was Uche, comma, are you completely single or partially single?
This one is coming from who?
A
A
woman,
guy?
trendy face. A lady, a journalist. Yes.
Wow.
She wants a story.
I can't give that story. That story is not necessary. We're talking about sports, pure sports.
But players have girlfriends, have
Yeah, but
wives.
the thing is, I'm not married. That's what it is. So I'm
Okay,
not
so
married. So I hope that answers her.
he's completely single. Please
Okay.
help me ask Senior. With that question, what team your brother is currently playing for?
No, 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 right now he's unattached. He's not playing
So
at the moment.
the family is unattached. I like that. My question from Igbo Kani, he says, my question is, when did you, okay, should answer this one. He retired in 2014. Correct me, from the Super Eagles.
He said what?
The question was, when did you retire from the national team? It was
Well,
2014.
that was when I played my last game. At that moment, I
Yeah.
didn't, it wasn't, I expected, I was hoping that, well, probably there would be a chance to come back again, but it was my last game. It doesn't, I never said, okay, retiring or not retiring. It was just my last game. So,
If they call you back, you go come.
well, I think we just have to give opportunities to the younger ones. I think that's the right thing to do. If I will have
Okay.
to help Nigeria or Super Eagles in one thing or the other, I'm always available. But I think
Wow.
it's time for the younger ones to to come up and do what they have to do.
All right. Thank you so much. I promised you were going to say, Larry is asking a question. You've answered that before. Larry, shout out to you. He's a colleague in the UK. The question is your favorite Super Eagles goal. Ike mentioned earlier that his favorite goal was his first for the Super Eagles. And also, this is a Spanish person asking your opinion about Samuel Chukwueze. Samuel is in Spain, and you also played in Spain. So what do you think of the youngster?
Well, he's good. Everything is working very fast for him, so he's very good. He's still, where he is, he's obviously obvious that he will get better. He will do well because it's one of the best teams at the moment in Spanish league. That they've had important players, and is a team that likes to bringing up players from second team and then make them start. So I think he's doing well. He's doing well. He still need to. He's growing. So he's
Okay.
growing. With the games he's been playing, he shows that he can get better.
Okay, I don't know. This person apparently knows you so much. Okoroge, Gary Master Nwaba. I greet you. So
I greet you, my brother. I greet you, my brother. Kiapa,
I will Basoj, GCFR,
Yeah,
see.
with one hand, we can just
Instagram, yeah, was Gary Master Nwaba. I greet you separately. Oh my God.
I greet you back, my brother.
Yeah. Okay, we gotta let you go. I mean, I
No
probably it
problem.
was 1 hour agreement, but we've had over almost 2 hours. So many
Yeah.
questions. Apologies to those 10 questions that I couldn't take. Quite a lot of them, but I need to let him rest. Hello, Ike. This should be the final one. Hello, Ike. What is your relationship with Marcelino Garcia Toral?
So,
Garcia.
yeah, it's one of my coaches. I was with him in three of the teams I played. So, I mean, if you if you're able to play with one coach in three different teams, it means, I mean, it will always be a special person in your career. So, I mean, we he's a coach that we had good relationship, you know. So, I mean, a very good coach. You know, I mean, he's the coach that won last year. He won the Copa del Rey with Valencia. So I mean, that
Ah,
shows you the the type of coach he
amazing.
is. So
This is a record for you as we wrap up. This man, Abukwam Opta. Opta, the guy is who hand out
it's
certificates.
him three questions. So, but we want to
Uh,
regular 10. No,
but
I
you also
don't
want to
mind.
go
I
to
don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind. I'm just playing. I'm just joking. Before
Aussie.
get before get come
Number.
diplomat.
No, but the
Eh?
question it says you're actually the African. I don't know how factual this is. As a journalist, I don't speculate, but I think it's true. You're the African with the most um, jersey sale with different clubs in Spanish La Liga. I think that's the truth. I think it
And
is.
I had that too, but
Yeah,
you know, we play, we don't go into.
yeah,
I've really had that. Like, I mean, they said it, like
yeah.
even my past interviews, like years back, they always say that, but I
Mhm.
mean, I don't keep the record, so I don't know. But
Yeah,
it's actually a good thing if it's a fact. I mean,
yeah. I think it
I'm
is. Yeah,
I'm I'm happy. I mean, that was why I said I'm privileged. You know, some things happen behind you. You don't know how it's
yeah,
happening. You know,
yeah.
so I mean, I just dedicate. I play, and if that's actually the fact, I mean, I'm happy. Something to be. I'm proud of that.
Great stuff. I mean, the clubs you played for alone, self. We know. I think you saw the most shirts. So well, no more questions, guys. I gotta let this gentleman leave quite a lot. Greetings from Senegal. Hi, Senegalese. I don't speak French, but Ikechukwu does. This one is shouting out.
I
He's my
don't. No,
idol.
I don't speak French. So
You don't still, just Spanish.
yeah, I don't speak French. Now,
Uh,
I'm not a diplomat, right? I gave you the
no, no,
spreadsheet,
this is
right?
good. This is good.
You're
I like
funny,
this.
dude. You're very funny, huh?
But
That's it.
it's such a pleasure. I remember when we started, a lady asked that I ensure when you're signing off, you sign off with Spanish. So you're going to give a message about coronavirus, about safety measures. Say it in Spanish. Tell people to wash their hands, to stay at home, to practice social distancing. Say all of this in Spanish. Just a message about coronavirus.
Bueno, amigos y amigas, lo que podría decir es que todo el mundo tiene que estar en casa porque tenemos que protegernos uno a otro y que tenemos que seguir todo lo que nos dicen los médicos, lavar las manos siempre y intentar estar a salvo. Hay que quedarse en casa, que es lo que nos va a ayudar.
Try.
Does
They
that
don't
work for
accuse
you?
me. I mean, it does, by the way, but two people don't accuse me quickly. Okay. Basoj, that guy we apparently know you well. Say, why not in Igbo? And my head of news, Ufoma, say, please, English for Nigerians. So you do it in Igbo
So,
and you wrap up in English.
ihe a wụ ọrụ nsogbu
Oh,
adịghị
God.
ngwanụ na ụta
I'll get your interview
ka
now.
ka anyị na-ege ụmụnne m na ụmụnne m na ụmụnna m biko na unu nọ n'ụlọ maka ọrịa nke a na-akpọ coronavirus ka anyị hapụ ibunye ya ndị ọzọ anyị nọrọ ka anyị nyere ndị na-enyekwara n'anyị aka bụ ndị doctors anyị ka ha nwee ike mee ha ka ọ hapụ spread everywhere.
Imele, Imele. Then let's do it in English now for the English people.
Hello, my friends. This message is to you all about the coronavirus. We know how deadly this is because over here it's many people have been affected by this, and many died. So we just have to respect whatever the guidelines to stay at home, so that we won't be able to spread it.
Thank you so much. That Basoj guy know you well. He say una been there, excellent hotel Naba, excellential hotel before the match in London in 2008. So, it's apparently someone that knows you very well. We were in Aba in 2008.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it's probably, yeah.
Yeah, all right, man. Everyone is saying hi and saying how wonderful you've been, and it's such a pleasure. I'm just going to mention this here, not to flatter Uche, but I only sent him a message for this conversation. It was yesterday, I think, yesterday night, yes. And, he was kind enough. So all of this gentle nature is for real. He's not doing it because of my small phone, where they use for this interview. So again, Ike, thank you so much for speaking to us on Nigerian. So thank you.
I appreciate.
Yeah.
I hope I'm able to answer everyone's question. It's
No,
impossible,
you
but
were
I hope.
question. We'll manage it. We'll manage it. We'll manage it. The next time I'll be doing an interview, maybe God willing, after this virus, I'll come meet you in Spain, and we'll have a more relaxed atmosphere then. Okay.
No
Look at
problem.
them. But I'll keep in touch. I will keep in touch. Thank you so much again. I appreciate your time, and I wish you and your family. I would have said family. I wish you and your family all the best. Uche.
Thank you
so
very much. I mean, it's my pleasure to be.
Message to Nigerians. Tell them that it go better, Abi.
Stay at home. Oh.
Thank you so much, Ike.
Keep this thing out. Everyone stay at home.
Thank you.
All right, my brother. Take care. Yeah.
Bye. Yeah.